In a world accelerating towards sustainability, the transition to electric buses in the United States promised a green and efficient future. However, this promise has been tarnished by corporate bankruptcies, technical failures, and public administration that prioritizes pioneering over prudence. Today, we explore the lessons from these mistakes, with a focus on poor management in Miami-Dade County, where hasty decisions have cost taxpayers millions. Welcome to the transition to electric buses in the United States. Lessons from failures, bankruptcies, and poor administration in Miami-Dade. The transition toward electric vehicles in public transportation represents one of the most ambitious bets to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and combat climate change. However, in the United States, this evolution has been marked by corporate bankruptcies, persistent technical problems, and public acquisition decisions that reveal a lack of due diligence. Miami-Dade County, through its transit agency Miami-Dade Transit, MDT, exemplifies how public administration can prioritize superficial green goals over exhaustive analysis, resulting in waste of public funds and operational delays. This story is not isolated. It is rooted in a chronology of ignored warnings and a pioneering ego that seeks national accolades at any cost. Let's begin with the relationship between Proterra and MDT, an emblematic case of how the eagerness to innovate leads to financial disasters. The exact chronology reveals key steps. In October 2019, MDT awarded Proterra an initial contract under RFP 00456 for 33 electric buses, Catalyst E2, and up to 75 plug-in chargers, valued at around $50 million. This marked the beginning of a historic agreement to electrify the fleet, but even then, studies like the Toronto Transit Commission, TTC, trial warned of failures in range and reliability. By June 2021, the contract expanded to 42 additional ZX5 buses, raising the total to 75 buses and $126 million. MDT promoted it as a milestone in clean energy, ignoring the 2019 NDAA law that prohibited funds for Chinese companies like BYD and without evaluating similar risks in startups like Proterra. Between 2021 and 2023, Proterra progressively delivered the buses, but problems emerged: insufficient ranges and battery failures. By August 2023, only 69 buses had arrived, and Proterra's bankruptcy suspended the rest. MDT was left with inoperable fleets, losing over $50 million in public value. From 2024 to 2025, OIG audits revealed a lack of due diligence, and MDT sued Phoenix Motor, the buyer of Proterra's assets, for non-compliance. Today, MDT pivots to suppliers like New Flyer, but the damage persists. The year 2025 has been a critical turning point for the electric vehicle industry, marked by a wave of bankruptcies that exposes the vulnerabilities of a sector driven by hype, speculative investments, and operational challenges. While the world advances toward electrification, startups and established companies have collapsed under financial pressures. 2025 saw a cooling in EV adoption in the United States and globally, influenced by factors such as inflation, cuts in government subsidies, and fierce competition from giants like Tesla and BYD. According to Indexbox data, the EV sector faced piles of bankruptcies due to economic slowdown and contraction in renewable investments. Companies that raised hundreds of millions in previous funding rounds now struggle for liquidity, with implications for jobs, thousands lost, and the energy transition. A Battery Tech Online report lists 11 bankruptcies in batteries and EVs from previous years, but 2025 stands out for its concentration on ambitious startups. Below is a breakdown of the most relevant bankruptcies, ordered chronologically. Canoo, January 2025, filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, closing operations. Reasons: inability to scale production and rapid cash burn, loss of 1,000 jobs. Highlights: Spock EV collapse. Imperium 3 New York, Inc., January 2025. Bankruptcy due to factory overruns. Implications: affects local battery supply. Nikola Corporation, February 2025. Chapter 11 due to weak demand and prior fraud scandals. Seeks asset sale, affecting supply chain. Natron Energy, September 2025. Abrupt closure due to lack of investment. Failure in sodium-ion batteries. Bollinger Motors, November 2025. Closure due to insufficient liquidity after receivership. Loss of jobs in California. Rad Power Bikes, December 2025. Chapter 11 due to post-pandemic sales drop. Seeks quick sale. Ample Inc., December 2025. Chapter 11 due to insufficient liquidity and regulatory delays. Raised $330 million, but laid off 200 employees. Luminaire, December 2025. Bankruptcy due to disputes and executive departures. Affects litter technology for EV autonomy. Common causes: economic contraction in investments. Operational overcustomization. Market slow demand. SPAC collapse. Implications: accelerates consolidation. Giants like Tesla survive. Startups fail. Loss of jobs and innovation. Governments lose subsidies. Positive lessons for standardization. In Miami-Dade, these failures underscore a culture where public money doesn't hurt. Administrators like Jimmy Morales, COO signer of Proterra memos, and Daniela Levine Cava, mayor and green promoter, the former chair of the Transportation Committee, and today mayor of the city of Miami, prioritize awards over reality. The solution: rigorous due diligence and transparency. Without changes, waste will continue, affecting residents. Is it time to break the cycle of pioneering ego?